Look at this. Hey, my little Citrines. It's November Monday. We are live. Okay, there you go. Now I'm live on both platforms. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. So, while I set up, I'm gonna just explain a little bit of what I'm doing. So, today, I'm not gonna be singing a lot like I usually do because I want to just try something out. I want to give a little variation. Today's Tuesday, so we're just gonna sit and talk. Oh no, I got my foot tangled in a cord. Ay. No. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am the owner of the one and only 24 karat gold Labubu. Labubu. Right. Okay. So, let me see. We've got 0 views, which is super fun. Super fun. My goodness gracious. You know what? While I wait for some people to join my stream, I might as well pull up my playlist to sing some songs. Because why not? That's what I do best. I can sing, so why not? Let me open up my Twitch as well. Just Twitch. Okay, nobody's joined. So, okay. Why don't I just see? I know some people might be asking, in their heads at least, why doesn't she just go live on her computer, on her laptop? Well, I don't have OBS or whatever it is I need, even if I'm just doing a webcam IRL stream. So yeah, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal, really. Okay. Perfect. We're set. We're set. Okay. I'm just gonna sing some songs until somebody joins, and then, or until I feel like saying something. You know what? I'll start with a story. Okay. So, also, I am wearing the same shirt I did yesterday. Yeah, today's not a very good day. I look kind of chopped today, but it is what it is. I'm not really gonna throw a fit about it. It happens sometimes, right? So, ooh, I'm gonna add some songs to my playlist. Yes. Um. Okay, great. What's like the song I want to sing right now? Oh, I got a viewer today. Hey, welcome to my stream. It's not just me watching myself, is it? I hope not. Hi, welcome to my stream. I'm November Monday, and I'm kind of just streaming until I don't know, discover something magical. So, normally I sing on my streams, and I'm trying not to. I'm just gonna talk. But thinking about it, I'm like, nah. I kind of just want to sing, but I'll diet down. I'll be like, okay, I'll sing like one song every few minutes. I'll probably just do like, I don't know, like 5 songs maybe. Oh, That's too little. That's too little. I don't know. What do you think? Do you have anything, any kind of input, like any opinion on this? Okay. Um, what I'm gonna tell a story about um showmance. So I'm a bit of a theater kid, and um, like when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an actor, singer, or like do musical theater. So I did a lot of plays and musicals when I was in school, and I think this was my eighth grade year of yeah, my third year of middle school. So eighth grade. Okay, I was in eighth grade, and we did Annie Junior. Because like when you're in middle school, you do the junior version of a musical. Don't know why, but it's fun. Um, and I remember that there was this boy that I low key had a bit of like a crush on, you know what I'm saying? Um, but like I was in like an era where like I kind of had a crush on everybody. Like I was like one of those people who were like constantly got rejected by people. So like I had a crush on multiple people. So that I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I had a crush on multiple people. Probably just because I was so desperate for love. Real, real, yeah. First time chat. Congrats, big gold star. Mwah. Um, but like, yeah, I was just desperate for like some guy to like me. That like I just kind of ended up subconsciously having a crush on every guy I met. And so this guy, um, his mom was the choir director of my middle school at the time, and it's okay. He knows I had a crush on him because he's the one who led me on to believe that he actually liked me. Like, be so for real. Anyway, I'll get to it. So we were in Annie Junior, and since his mom was a choir director, I guess he was in the choir. He was in choir as well. Like he also really liked choir. Like he did it way like after middle school. He got into mixed varsity choir. Like he was good. He was good at it, and he liked doing it. So he wasn't like one of those guys who like was so embarrassed that his mom was a teacher or something, because she was a cool teacher. I mean, she wasn't very strict, and also like I technically was like a favorite in the class. Um, because I don't know, because I was that good. I was that good at singing that I always got like a solo or something. When we did solo and ensemble contests, I always got a one or an outside performance. Like be so for real. Anyway, so anyway, we were in Annie Junior, and this was I remember this day very clearly. We were trying on costumes for the musical, and at this point, I wasn't in theater because I was made to feel like I wasn't good enough in theater because of the way certain teachers had treated me. Um, and I feel like I was kind of gaslit to believe that I wouldn't make it into advanced theater. And then when my theater teacher in sixth grade found out that I wasn't going to do theater after sixth grade, he was mad. He was like, "You were so good. What do you mean you're not going to be in theater?" So I was like, "What?" But it was too late, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I wasn't in theater, but I was kind of like a favorite when I was doing the musicals and stuff, because he saw how hard I was working at it. Like I was actually like trying because I liked doing it. And so I got into more songs that year. Like instead of just doing like two ensemble songs, I think it was like three or four. And so we did. this one song where like I was like dressed in like civilian clothes, and um the coat that I had on was like pink and like super cutesy. And this guy, it was like just him and me, and we were just walking back and forth in this hallway next to the auditorium. And like the whole time we were walking back and forth, he was low key flirting with me. I ain't even gonna lie. He was flirting with me. And the fact that he wants to deny that he was flirting with me is bozo, because he clearly was flirting with me. um and I fell for it because I was down bad. I'm not even gonna lie, I was down bad. And throughout the entirety of that musical production in middle school, everybody in like the little friend group that I was in for the duration of like being backstage were like, "Oh my gosh, you two would be so cute together." Like they would pair us up, and he'd be like, "Oh no," and I'd be like, "Stop, stop, no way!" But I was eating that up every time. Held a message for homophobia. Okay, yeah, most guys would fake flirt just to play. Yes, yes. This is why I like don't date. I deny. Wait, no, wait. Allow this post. Allow will post. Allow. Okay, I'm allowing it. Yeah. Anyway, so he was for sure flirting with me. Like I could tell that he meant it, and he was like iffy, like no, but then like yes, but then like no. And prior to this, in seventh grade, I was dealing with this one guy I had a crush on, who secretly liked me but bullied me the entire time, and I let him because I had a crush on him. And then eventually he said he liked me, but he only wanted to have sex with me, and I said no, and then he left me cold in the dust. So I have it's a pattern behavior of me um, not giving a damn when a guy pretends to like me, or is like unsure if he likes me or not. So it was like this pattern behavior of me allowing it because I was so desperate for me to fit in and have a boyfriend or something. But anyway, then this Six Flags field trip comes up. I can't afford it. So, but he can. So he goes. And guess who else can afford it? A friend of mine's, who at the time identified as a girl. Okay. And then when they come back, that friend of mine's, I'm going to say she, because she was a she at the time. They were a she. They're non-binary now, but at the time they were she. So I'm going to say she in respect to the time. Okay. So she went up to me and she was like, "Yo, I was talking to this guy. Like, I think he likes me." And then she said that they were walking back and forth in a hallway and flirting the entire time. I was like, "What? What? What?" In my mind, I was like, "What the? What? You're telling me he does this to every girl he flirts with, everyone?" I did not feel special that day. I was like, what? And then I was like, you know what? I don't care. I want to confess my feelings to him now. So like a few days later, I was like, "Hey, can I speak to you in private?" He was like, "Yeah." But he knew what it was. He knew that I was going to confess my feelings to him. So I went to him. I was like, "Hey, I like you. And I'm not going to pressure you to say yes or no. But do you like me?" And he was like, "No." No. I was like, and I smiled. I was like, "Okay." I didn't expect much because I felt like super ugly because people bullied me. even though I was like super pretty at the time. I don't know why people do that. You know what I'm saying? They make you feel like the ugliest person on earth, but then you look back at those pictures and you were actually really pretty. Like, be so for real. Anyway, ugh, and he had a bowl cut too. Ugh. Yeah, it sucked. Um, but yeah, and so then, but then I was still like, I don't know, I still like him, and then one day he went up to me, he was like, "So do you still like me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna meet me at the cafeteria after school on the last day, and then I'll tell you what I think." And then I was like, "Okay." I went to the cafeteria. Guess who's there with him? That girl. Okay. I know they're not a girl now, but I'm gonna say that girl as a reference to the. Okay, you get it now. Okay. Anyway, anyway. So, yeah, that girl was there, and what do I see on the table? A Nintendo Switch, and there was Smash Bros on the big screen, and both of these people were really good, like god level good at Smash Bros. And I had no experience playing that game. And he just stood back and he was like, "Whoever wins this round of Smash Bros gets to date me this summer." What? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Huh? And guess what? I still did it anyway. I still played. I still played because I was down bad. Last time you ever catch me being down bad for somebody. Last time. Last time you catch me embarrassing myself in front of. Actually, no. That's a lie. Because later on in college, I embarrassed myself again. And that's a whole other story. Non-stop. Anyway, so I played with her, right? We're like really close friends now. Anyway. And lo and behold, she beat me. And I used Joker too from whatever game that was. Um, they did a collab with like some anime game that's like super famous. I forgot the name. It wasn't Danganronpa or whatever that. Well, something Shadow something 5. It was the 5th game. Persona. Yes, Persona. Yes, Persona. Persona 5. And I played as Joker from Persona 5, who was like a god level character you can play. And I sucked at it because I did not know how the mechanics worked. Like, be so for real. I did not know how any of the mechanics worked. It was a rigged game, and I still played anyway. Lo and behold, she beat me with, I don't even know what it was. Was it like Yoshi or like, it was like some like basic character. Yeah, Joker. He's kind of fine. Not gonna lie. He is kind of fine. Um, yeah, and they did date over the summer. And freshman year of college, I see them together, sitting together, and um, then he finds out that that friend for this whole time had been switching in between being they, them, and she for like a while, and then finally in 9th grade, they decided to be a they. No, I think it was they decided to be a he. Yeah, they were switching between he, they, and her the entirety of middle school, and this guy had no idea. He had no idea. And then 9th grade, when he finally found out, he was like, "Uh, I'm not gay, so I left him." Be so for real. Be so for real. Be so for real. I'm not gay. Okay, like whatever. Um, but yeah. I have no beef against him now, though. I mean, honestly, uh, it is what it is. Um, but me and that friend, we're pretty good friends now. Like, we hang out at the mall every now and then, even after high school, because we were in a big friend group. Oh, this friend group though. So and yeah, obviously, he's a decent person. I mean, he was like a lot of people thought he was a cool person. It's just that whole situation, not it. But to be fair, we were in middle school. Like everybody's gonna be weird in middle school. But yeah, a lot of interactions that I've had with men romantically always end up in me being rejected, and up until recently, where I'm rejecting guys because I'm immediately noticing red flags like, oh, this guy's crazy. So I unmatch them immediately. Like, be sober, be sober. No, if someone trauma dumps you on the first freaking day you meet, bye, bye. It doesn't mean they just trust you. It means that they're crazy. Like, not the good crazy, like the bad crazy, where it's like, even if they had a mental, like even if they had like a mental disorder or something, it still wouldn't be an excuse to how crazy they are. Like, that's the red flags I look for. I'm like, and I get them so often. Anyway, so this friend group that I was in, so like in every school, like middle school and beyond, you're always gonna find a group of people that all have this one or two or three things in common, and it's always in these three categories: um, casually suicidal, oh, um, in the LGBTQ, and have been bullied a lot and outcasted a lot for being weird. For being weird. Right. Right. That it just means we're not basic. But yeah, I was in that friend group. In that kind of friend group. And it from 6th grade on through high school, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where it just kind of started to feel like a trauma cult. My ex-best friend treated me like a therapist. Yes. The friend group had a designated therapist friend. And be so real, even if that friend was okay with it at the time, it doesn't mean that it was okay. Because I guarantee you, that therapist friend in the future is going to look back and be like, ugh. Like, why? So, like, it's crazy. But I left the friend group in, like, middle of 9th grade because it started to feel very culty. It was like, yes, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Hold on. Anyway, so what was I saying? Right. So this friend group, it started to feel culty to the extent of, like, if you weren't depressed enough, if you didn't, like, constantly show that you were traumatized by something, or if you didn't have a mental disorder or state that you had a mental disorder, like, you were treated like shit. Like, you were, like, they would call me ignorant and all that. It's like, you can't really, I don't know, they left me out of a lot of things. And I could feel like like myself like drifting from the friend group, and they just kind of, and like not only that, but I was also just like people, like I was judged constantly for being a Christian slash messianic, which is like Christian Jew, which I'm still like battling over, like which one am I, you know. But they were like constantly questioning me because a lot of them in the friend group were like Satanists and like Wiccans and whatever, and I was like, dude, why would you be constantly talking shit to me about my religion when I haven't said a damn thing about yours? Like, be so for real. Be so for real. Now, how I left the friend group was very problematic because I kind of was like texting the group chat and like I was sending voicemails and I was being a little crazy. Like I feel like that was like a mental breakdown in a sense where I was like I'm so sick of you, and when I get older I'm going to get liposuction because I feel so fat, and like I don't know why I said that. I was just angry and frustrated, and I didn't really know how to put the right words together. And I guess I can't really expect people to tell when like I'm not okay. Because I wasn't outright like telling people like I'm not okay. They just thought I was always happy and like my life was perfect. It was far from it, and I was suffering a lot, but they didn't care because there was one person who was always having anxiety attacks and everything. Right. Like I've heard like people who are actually like Satanists, like they tend to like they said like yeah, their religion, like how they practice their religion, it's supposed to be positive. Like they believe in themselves and all that. Of course, whenever I hear the word Satanism, I kind of just like shudder because you know I'm a Christian. I don't like hearing the name at all. I don't like saying it. It's like theater when you have to say knock on wood when you say something like right. Exactly. Like there's like stuff like that. But like when I was in that friend group, I never questioned it. I never was like asking them or judging them. I was like, okay, they're Satanists and that's fine. Um, you know, I'm not gonna join in, but like I'm not gonna treat them the way they treated me. But they still treated me the way, yeah, like. And this one girl, she had responded in the group chat. She was like, "You're a pig." Um, blah blah blah. I kept scrolling because I ain't gonna read all that. And then she was like, you can come back to the friend group, but I will be keeping you on a tight leash or whatever the hell she said. And I was like, I was crying because I was like, oh my gosh, I just lost my friends. Even though they explicitly said that I could still be in the friend group, I knew in that moment I was like, it's over. Like I'm not gonna deal with them ever again. So the morning after, um, like I entered the school and I was going to go sit at their table at the cafeteria, like, because we were there early, but then I was like, oh wait, I'm not in the friend group anymore, and I just like a sharp turn and went up the stairs. And some of them noticed, like some of them didn't have like internet at the time or something. I don't know, and they didn't know the context. And every time like I would pass by them, like some of those people, like they were like, why are you avoiding us? Did something happen? And I was like, you should ask X, Y, and Z. And then I would I would leave. I wanted nothing to do with them. And lo and behold, that friend group fell off eventually, and I had nothing to do with it because I wasn't constantly being like, you should leave the friend group, because I wasn't talking to any of them. They approached me and they were like, you were low key right. And I was like, okay, it's cool, I guess, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, it's been like so long though. Honestly, I feel like even though things happened a long time ago, like in general, um, it's kind of hard to forget when things like that happen, right? Like it's not just like something you can just get over. And I think it took me a while to really understand like why people still talk about things that happened to them years ago, because it still affects them years after. And I don't think that really clicked with me until I left high school. Um, oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I did know it. I was like, wait, did you follow me? Or okay. Anyway, thank you. um, thanks for being a citrine. Um, big old star. Yeah, like there was this analogy that my elementary school teacher taught me in class with everybody. She like drew a smiley face on a paper and then had us say like mean words. And then every mean word someone would say, she would crumple the paper. And then she would open it back up and she was like, see, once you crumple paper and you open it back, it can't be uncrumpled. And that's the same thing with bullying. Once you bully somebody, what you how they felt, like how you made them feel, isn't going to go away. It'll never go away. It'll never fade. And I thought, oh, like maybe X, Y, and Z, this is the exception, or like I'll just get over it when this is over. Like when these people stop hurting me, I'll forget about it and I'll be happy. It's been a long time since, and I still remember, and I still feel terrible because I was powerless to do anything about it back then. And like I even like would like think about, like I would daydream. I used to daydream about like, oh, like if I went back in time, I would say things differently. I would have a better comeback to say. And it's not a good way to spend time. It's not, because we don't have time machines. And if we do, we don't know about it. Only the government knows about it, and only they use it. So, you know, but yeah, a broken glass can never be fixed perfectly. Absolutely, like you can use that like glass glue that's like transparent, and it looks like it's fixed, but it's still cracked, right? But yeah, um, I don't know. I guess it's fun to talk about it now. Looking back, I feel like what I learned from that was like you can't just assume that someone is doing better off than you just because they're always smiling and they're always being kind to everybody, and like they never, like you've never felt like even if someone seems nurturing to you, they have probably gone through some tough stuff too. Like I feel like there's people you feel like are super perfect and they know their own flaws. You might not know their flaws, or you might think that their flaws aren't even flaws, but to them those are flaws. And so, I don't know. What am I talking about? um yeah, like Mary Sue's actually exist in the world. Like there are Mary Sue's in the world. Like they're super talented and it may seem like they're living an amazing life, but they have a really tough backstory behind it, and so it sort of balances itself out right. Typical story of a Mary Sue. Um, um, I've been, I've also been writing this fan fiction on my Wattpad, and it's called Miraculous Cat Noir Breaks the Fourth Wall. Right now, it's 115th place in fourth wall break. That's crazy, crazy. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, that's crazy. But I only have 2 chapters in there, and none of it has to do with breaking the fourth wall, because I am in writer's block. Um, but yeah, you know what? It's cesspool. Yeah, there are some weird stuff. What in the scars? A miraculous ladybug something. Huh? There's like a fanfic, miraculous fanfic with like the cover is like Marina and Adrian showing their bare backs to the camera. Well, okay. My fan fiction is supposed to be a thriller. So instead of it being a romance, because most fan fictions are about romance, I was like, you know what? I want to be different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. This is the chapter that I'm working on. Um, how many words do I have on there? I don't even know. Um, you know what? I'll read the first chapter. Yeah. Let me go back. Start reading. Okay. The first chapter is Adrian's POV. So here we go. The sun is shining in the bedroom and Adrian is fast asleep. I'm gonna flip it. I'm not like other girls. Yes. Okay. Adrian! 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 Huh? Plag? Do you need some camembert? Oh, yeah, but you're also late. Your alarm didn't go off. How long? 10 minutes. Oh, shoot. I have to get uh, dressed quick before Natalie knocks the door. Knocks the door? Bruh. Okay. Adrian, I brought you some bread and pastries from Tom and Sabine's. Oh, I hope you brought croissants. Quick, hide in here, Plag. I also need to eat in case if you forgot. Adrian drops a piece of stinky cheese in a sealed plastic bag before placing it in his pocket. Plag is displeased that he couldn't have just been fed directly, but assumed Adrian might be feeling fancy on this particular day. He follows the smell of delight into Adrian's coat. I'm Adrian opening the door. I'm sorry, Natalie, but I just woke up. I must have broken the alarm. Natalie, something happened with the electricity. Your father and I were working on ... a big project. The car's waiting for you outside. Adrian had finished scarfing down his third pastry when suddenly a loud noise was coming from his nightstand. Beep, beep, beep. Adrian quickly reached over to turn off his alarm. I'll get you dressed now. I'll let you get dressed now. Make sure to save some of that for later. Closing the door. I might want some. Haha. Adrian Agrest had been feeling a little thrown off since the incident at the wax museum. But he didn't seem to mind. If his first kiss was going to be Marinette Dupan Chang, it wouldn't be horrible at all. Adrian had always felt a sense of comfort around Marinette. She reminds him of someone else, but can't quite put a name on that thought. Of course, when Marinette told him about her wax lips thing, he was relieved. He only had eyes for Ladybug, of course. His super... Bruh! I wrote his twice. His superhero identity, Chat Noir's partner in crime. Her midnight hair and ocean eyes. No fear! Would leave him in a hypnotic state. If he stared for too long, he also admired the simplicity. Okay. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, what's that? How to close the door. Oh my goodness. Okay. I should have saved this for Wednesday. But I'm a little impatient, so okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna end my YouTube stream because nobody showed up.